Let's learn about manipulating elements on the canvas. If you select any element, then you're going to see the properties in the right-hand side panel. And note how different elements are going to give you different properties. In the first section, you usually find the positioning. For this to work, select more than one element. Just hold your mouse key pressed, and you can now align them. You can see these little blue lines. Per default, they always point to the left and to the top of your nearest parent frame. And you can see the positioning here. So you could make that very specific just by typing in a specific number. We're going to talk more about the constraints menu later on, but you can toggle it on and off, and then you can change the constraints. So what the constraints do is literally they pin whatever you have selected to an area on the parent frame. So if I change it from left to right and I now resize, you can see that this is now stuck to the right and these ones here are still stuck to the left. But don't worry too much about this for now. Let's just select all of them and center them again. Further below, you have the transformation tool. Let's select our square to see this better. And with this, you can rotate your elements. You can do this right here in the menu, or you can also get closer with your cursor to the element, and then you see this little changing arrow. Once you see that, hold your mouse key pressed, and you can now also rotate right on the canvas. And over here, you can flip elements, rotate them, and so on. Now this part down here, the layout, this is the important part with your dimensions. So if you have an element selected, let's just select our circle again, then you can see a little clip here. Currently it's unclipped, so if I would change this width to 200, then you can see it would only change one side. If I want both of them to be changed equally, just make sure you have the clip selected. And now you can change anything and it's gonna be applied to both sides, so really handy. So the great thing about these fields is you can not only type in numbers, but you can also use it to do some basic calculations. So anything from plus, minus, division, and multiplication. And like with most things, anything you can do over here in the properties panel, you can also do right on the canvas. So as you get close, you can see this little arrow up here. You need to get close to an edge for this to work. And now if you hold Shift down, then you can resize this, keeping the proportions in place. A little hidden tip. If you have a circle and you hover over it, you're going to see the arc tool appear. If you keep that pressed, then you can manipulate that circle even further to your liking. Pretty cool stuff. We can also add corner radius. Just choose one or more elements, and then in Appearance, you find the corner radius, and you can add that simultaneously to all corners, or you can also open the individual corners menu and then you could just apply it to the corners of your liking.